announced today the beta launch of the Intelligent Number SM, combining patent voice to SMS MSM technology with primary waves, toll-free telephone numbers. So that was just like a really packed first sentence with like a bunch of words that I've been like just like made my brain like go away. So yeah, it basically just goes on like that for an entire email. So yeah, so that happens a lot. Like, and people will start their subject line with like the name of their like no-name startup that I've never heard of before, which like just doesn't. I mean, it's not. You know, it won't get you blacklisted, but it's like it just when you get a lot of email, like I'm sure, like TechCrunch gets just like thousands of emails a day. Like you don't want to start your subject line with a name that is going to be somebody's isolates over.
And say hello. I mean, that is my biggest. I mean, that just really gets my day just going really fast. I mean, I'll get pitches from PR firms and pitches from publicists, pitches from startups, and it just goes right into the pitch. Don't say, hey, hi, how are you? How's everything going? By the way, I have this thing called this startup company. I mean, say hi to me, treat me like a human being. Don't just think that because you have the next best thing since sliced bread, I'm going to write about it. I probably won't write about it because you didn't even say hi to me, and I've done that. I just read the email, and it's just like, hey, great product, delete. And I don't write about it. We're at the other side of the pen, or the other side of the paper or the computer. We're human beings, right? We have issues like you guys also. If you just come out and say, hey, hi, how was your day? You have no idea what that will do to my mentality. I might be like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I'll write about it.
And the other thing is spell my name right. Like, it's right there on my email. That's just like an automatic red flag. Like, the person's not paying attention. So this press release I got from BitTorrent says, Dear Anne Rand. And this is, I really liked this press release because it's just like, it could be for anything, any tech product. It has no detail about what she's talking about. Dear Anne Rand, due to your coverage of technology news for Betabeat, we wanted to give you a heads up on key digital media internet technology news. Coming down the pipe from BitTorrent, that will be a great advantage to consumer tech users. It will be the beta launch of an amazing new tool for this leading peer-to-peer internet file sharing company, BitTorrent, which has more than 100 million users. And then she asks me, she doesn't even give me the news, she asks me if I'll agree to an embargo, which is like I
think that's that point's an interesting fact about these PR people. The PR people, that came from a PR person directly.
Yeah.
So they don't actually understand what your product does. And like think about the PR person who gets stuck with BitTorrent. All she knows is that she can download, like, I don't know, The Office or whatever. So she doesn't understand what all the specific technology is. That's why it's better to approach as a CEO, as a human being, as someone who's built a product, and say, this is what my product does, and explain it in a fairly succinct manner, as opposed to that.
So that's priceless, because what that means is that line item post Series A, maybe it's much less relevant to you.
I mean, for a while, but eventually you're going to have to.
Eventually you need it.
You have to have some company putting bad-mouthing your competitors in the press.
Right, planting the statement.
Google, Facebook.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question.
Just speak up. Yeah, okay. Speak up.
Wait,
All right, she waits. She wants to read one more.
That's my favorite. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So we actually passed this around the office because it was so I'm sorry. I said we actually passed this around the office because it was so priceless. So this was actually an email exchange that went on for 3 weeks with a non-technical founder based in New York. So, dear Anne Rand, nice to meet you. My name is Christian Lawrence, an entrepreneur, Duke University graduate, social media addict, of course. Proud member of the New York tech scene and black belt in business development to boot. I'm ready because I have a story that I think will be of great interest to all readers of Betabeat.
Excuse me. That was the email. I emailed you 5 times. Actually, I'm Christian. I was actually hoping you would get back to me before this conference because I really think that my product is really, really important. Catwalker.me. No, I mean, catwalking is really a growing trend, not only here in Manhattan, but also in Brooklyn and across the country. I've talked to people, other markets across the world. It's really just an untapped product. And what my startup does is it turns it into a location-based social network where if you're walking your cat, you can connect with other cat walkers and upload pictures and videos of your cat. I'm totally serious. I mean, you guys know how much, how many hits a cat video can get on the internet, and cat walking is just the next logical step for that. There's an entire market. I would love to actually hear why you didn't respond to my emails. I sent you, I think, 4 or 5 of them. I think John, I emailed you. I don't understand I want to know why. I think this is wrong for a lot of us.
All right, so wait one second. I think you're getting here, but let's sit down and relax.
You did a lot of things wrong.
So I think.
What was it? Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Because I think there are a lot of people doing that wrong. There's a lot of people aren't hearing that.
So I think that this is a really good chance to talk about that. It's a valid question that you asked. Why didn't she respond? And I think what we're hearing is that the way the email was put out there to her.
I said hello. I did. It was not a press release. This was me writing it. I don't understand what I did wrong.
All right. So when I was saying I really wanted interaction, I didn't imagine it would go to this.
It's going to read about you now.
This is great.
Let me make a point about what you're saying. First of all, don't obsess about one outlet. Who cares? There are a gazillion of them out there. Move on. Forget her. Doesn't matter. Forget about her. There are other people. There are other media outlets. If you run up against a wall with one, just go to the 17 million others on the list and move along. Just move along.
I just admired the coverage that Betabeat had given other companies. I thought it would be a
Doesn't matter.
good match for my company. I don't understand why you never got that.
Okay. Adrian, do you mind saying talking about it?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So basically, you're obviously very driven and very aggressive, and I'm sure that you will have lots of success later. But I think that this, basically the point I was going to make with this email is that the essential ingredient for your pitch is that your startup cannot 100% suck. You have.
What is suck? I explained to you in the email that there's a huge market for. I know you all have seen people walking with hats. It's new, and I think that the niche.
All right, time out. I'm calling a timeout here. I'm calling timeout. I can talk louder than you. So here's the thing. If you're like you guys who are starting companies, you're just like the Fuller brush salesman back in days before even when I was a kid. You go to someone's house, you knock on the door, you say, "Can I spill some dirt on your floor?" Wait a second, and I'm going to show you how to vacuum it. And 9 doors get slammed in your face, and the 10th door opens up. She says, "I want to buy a vacuum." Just give it up and go to the next door. Okay? No, we're not going to talk about it anymore because you're not the only one in the room. Everybody else has questions. It's for another day. It's done. It's done. Does anyone else? It's done. It's done. Next person.
It's a ridiculous.
I'm not going to sit here while we do
All right.
this.
So wait. Go ahead.
Let me just talk. Okay, sorry. It's not.
That's what I'm saying. You're obviously very driven. You probably.
Well, I'm sorry that my
Forget it. Stop. It's getting old. It's getting boring.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Are you guys fine?
Yes.
Okay, 2 questions. I'm a small business.
Publishing.
Yeah. And it's a higher cost. Actually, I'm really have the money to do it now.
Speak up because we can't really hear you.
So can someone tell me if that was real or